Hey girls, it's Katie. I know it's kind of weird to make this video with my hair wet, and I'm about to run out the door, and I'm afraid this might be the only time I get all week to make this video, and it's already a day late. I am 7 weeks and 1 day pregnant, and let me tell you, it feels so good to be beyond the point that we were at with our last pregnancy. So I feel like we're in new territory, and it's really good. I filmed a day in the life video yesterday when I actually turned 7 weeks, and I kept wanting to say something, but I haven't told you guys yet, and I decided not to try to sneak off and do a vlog because that just felt wrong. So anyway, 7 weeks and 1 day, and this week we're really feeling a lot more reassured about things, but I'll get to that in a second, so I'll kind of set things up. First of all, symptoms wise, same thing. I could sleep all day long. I could just sleep forever. Yeah, I have absolutely zero guilt about napping. Anytime Alice naps now, I nap. And I'm not going to worry about it. I don't care about the dishes. I'm growing a human, so I'm sleeping just as much as I can. I did have one moment in this past week. It actually happened 2 weeks ago, but I just found out about it, where I messed something up at work. And I think it was just, being tired and having my mind other places. I just sent the wrong file to the wrong person and stuff, so I had to do a whole lot of fixing it. I don't know, it's just one of those pregnancy brain things, I think, but since I can't say anything at work yet either, I just kind of had to take it. I don't know, I don't feel good about it, but hopefully minimize those things. I'm still having nausea pretty much any time of day. It comes and goes. And nothing, food-wise, nothing is really sounding good to me or looking good to me. There's been a few little exceptions where I think the hunger just kind of overtakes me. I'm still eating plenty, I'm still making myself eat. I'm just not really enjoying it. Despite that, I did have my first, official weight for this pregnancy. I do have a bathroom scale at home, but it's super inaccurate. I got it at a thrift store and it's never worked very well. But I did get weighed at an appointment in the past week, and I was 113, which is actually, I think, a couple pounds up from sort of probably where I started, the very beginning of the pregnancy. So that's good, it's fine. A symptom that I wasn't really sure was a symptom is that I've had eczema sort of on and off since I was a kid. I know sometimes it can be an allergy thing, but for me I think it's just sort of part of my deal. It's genetic, runs in my family. So, but lately, the past couple of months, it's been terrible. I've just gotten it different places that I've never gotten it before, and just, I just use hydrocortisone and coconut oil, and I have a few other lotions and stuff, argan oil and all these things, but nothing is touching it. Nothing is helping. It's usually pretty bad in the winter, but I never made the connection that it could be pregnancy related, but my midwife seems to think that is possible. She said that she's gotten complaints of eczema a lot from her, her patients lately. So I don't know, maybe that's something that'll get better as time goes on, my hormones change a little bit, or maybe it'll just get better after the pregnancy. Either way, I don't know. It's pretty annoying, but what can you do? So I had an appointment last week at the clinic that my midwife used to be at. And when I made the appointment, they told me that she was going to be leaving. But it wasn't until I got to the appointment they told me that she was already gone, and that there were, in fact, no midwives at that practice anymore. So they tried to make me an appointment with an OB. But to me, I don't feel like I need OB care until there's a need for that, until I have some kind of higher risk situation and I need a medical doctor. I don't feel like a normal healthy pregnancy for me is something that requires a doctor's care. I feel more comfortable with midwife care. So I was really kind of frustrated at that they couldn't just come out and tell me and let me be responsible for choosing, the kind of care that I want. So I had to be all sneaky, and I called just a bunch of different phone numbers, and nobody would tell me what happened to my midwife, where she was or anything. And finally I got somebody to tell me what clinic she was at now. And it was just at another, basically the other hospital across the street. Kind of not a big deal. Somebody should have told me a long time ago, and I don't know why they were being all cagey about it. But anyway, I did track her down, and I was able to get in for an appointment 2 days, or 3 days ago now. I was 6 weeks and 5 days at that appointment. This is the midwife that I had for my whole pregnancy with Alice, and she helped deliver Alice. And I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with her long term, but at least for the initial stuff, I'm very comfortable with her. Mike is comfortable with her. He came with me to the appointment, and we just left feeling really good about things. We're not doing any sort of ultrasound. Pretty much, we will just do an anatomy scan like halfway through the pregnancy, like 18 or 20 weeks or whatever that is, and that's it. I'll probably talk more about that later, but I'm just not super crazy about having lots of ultrasounds. It's just not important to me. But she did a PAP and a pelvic exam and all that stuff, and she said that my cervix was very pregnant. So I took that as a good sign. She said the blood supply and everything looks very pregnant, and then the size of my uterus was right on track. It was like 6 to 8 week size, where I should be. So she said she felt very confident about the pregnancy, for me, and that things seem to be where they should be. We did try to listen to the heartbeat, but because I have a retroverted uterus, we were not able to hear anything. And she said that that's what she would expect for this point in the pregnancy and with the way my uterus tilts. So it should be within a few weeks. I do have a Doppler here at home, and I'm thinking I will try to hear a heartbeat around probably 10 weeks, which will be just shy of my appointment there. So hopefully by the time I get to my next appointment, I'll already have heard something and kind of had that, that confirmation. But if not, it should happen at my next appointment, so I'm not worried. Let's see. Big thing for both Mike and myself was that our midwife reassured me about breastfeeding, and that the research, as I've done some research, and the science says that for everything that we know now, all the research that's been done, there is not a connection between breastfeeding and miscarriage. I know people want to argue with me on that, and not to go on too much of a tangent, but I mean, if you like I said, if you do the research isn't there. I guess the other part of it is, like, I would never tell somebody, even if that was my personal belief, I would never tell somebody that. So yeah, I guess I just feel that's totally rude, and not fact-based. Anyway, the good news for us is that, Mike and I both feel completely comfortable with what we've read and our conversation with our midwife, and just feel great about everything, the decisions that we've made. I just got routine labs done, just all the basic sort of checking my immunities and all that kind of stuff. So pretty much we're just good to go to kind of wait it out for the next appointment, which will be in the second week of April. That pretty much wraps it up as we are running out the door here. The best thing about this past week is that I felt comfortable stopping taking my temperature, so I stopped temping in the mornings. I'm going to get more rest that way. I'm just trusting my body and, just enjoying the days as they come. And I just didn't feel ready to kind of take that step previous to this past week. So I feel good just going forward and just believing that things are good, and not trying to have that confirmation, that interruption of my sleep, because just having the sleep is more important. Hope you all have a great week, and I will see you for 8 weeks.